San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Here's Richie James on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He was brought down by Blake.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
I can remember last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Mostert, again, the ball carrier. He's brought down
like the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
7-yard gain on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Garoppolo's
and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ross Dwelly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Robbie Gould.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. Intended week 3 hasn't started. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
26, Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
For the extra point.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
G. James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
There's Mostert. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Brings up 2nd down.
This is Mostert. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He's taken down at the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on the quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ball carrier. The tackle by Leonard Williams.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
He was brought down.
Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a 1st-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there in the 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Their own 10-yard
The field
line.
position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
The Tackled by D.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in the cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
First down.
His first catch, good for 9 in the first down. First down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the first catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there. Tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you need to learn how to play.
You turned into a heck of a DB there. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was second in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned his and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
At the 37-yard line.
On second down, Mostert. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 28. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. On the draw, it's Wilson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers.
Complete to Brandon.
Jimmy Garoppolo with his. Second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Goal to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in.
Good for a Giant.
Good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Jones on first and 10. He's going to look deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 45 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he puts it through. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're deep. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack
was struggling. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again.
And it's 3rd down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
49ers.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Man, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guys going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
Catch made by Slayton. He is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead.
That touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Open man is born. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I know coaches tell us all the time that power line is the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps out the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 7.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Garoppolo.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that'll bring him back within 4.
21.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with it. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
The 42. That's a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jones now on the keeper. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Back at the 45.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Saquon Barkley.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football.
Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
The ball carrier.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
7 yards. And it's 3rd.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's the 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Daniel
Ben Gideon coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete.
That's right, baby. It's
take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe that we're looking at a hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jamal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. And we say it all the time, you have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive pass, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Here's Tate to return it. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. Now will come the offense as they take over.
At their own,
the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And he's been great. Look down at the stat monitor here a moment ago. He's already over 300 yards in the 3rd quarter.
And you get the sense there are plenty more yards to come. He's been sharp right from the beginning, finding the open targets. Knows exactly where he wants to go with the football and is delivering it really well.
And now he is in search of more yardage on this drive.
I'm coming. Check.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jones. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They'll run on first down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Barkley. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, the option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, Barkley, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Barkley on the carry.
And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds or kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On 2nd and 9. Jones, back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Jones pass.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
17.
Gano's kick is right through. And that will get the lead up to 14.
Giants 31, 49ers 17.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would be the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
Charlie Werner, the tight end, the intended target.
And that'll make a third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about it.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence drops it for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Or look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? A few other factors they have to look at to try to help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now I'm really hoping for a turnover.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Hey, watch out. Check right 54. Right 54. Exit.
Again, it's Barkley. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Gano's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Giants 34.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
San Francisco gets set to go here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
They'll set up to throw. Kittle catching the slant.
Garoppolo's
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Brandon Ayuk.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2 to go. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Garoppolo's pass.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just run and bleed the game out that way.
Finding Bourne here over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
6-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. This likely a must-have 3rd and goal.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers.
Garoppolo's pass. Complete to
Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Tate. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. He'll try to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
At the 49ers' 2-yard line.
He'll buy some time right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's now 4th and goal.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Today's final
Well, I know
score.
at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
She got me.